Question 751. What is the main objective of security auditing within an organization? A. To install and set up security software. B. To track and evaluate security measures and incidents. C. To enforce encryption standards for data. D. To perform penetration testing. Correct answer. B. To track and evaluate security measures and incidents. Security auditing involves systematically reviewing and assessing an organization's security controls, policies, and events to identify vulnerabilities, ensure compliance, and improve overall security posture. It helps detect potential threats, verify adherence to security policies, and enhance risk management. Question 752. What is the primary function of the control plane in a network? A. To forward user data packets. B. To make routing decisions and manage network policies. To ensure the physical connection between devices. D. To handle encryption and decryption of data. Correct answer. B. To make routing decisions and manage network policies. The control plane in a network is responsible for making decisions about how data should be routed and managing the overall policies of the network. It handles tasks such as determining the best path for data to travel through the network, managing network topology, and configuring routing tables. Question 753. Which type of network topology connects all nodes using a single continuous cable? A. Bus topology. B. Star topology. C. Ring topology. D. Mesh topology. Correct answer. A. Bus topology. Bus topology is a network configuration where all devices, nodes, are connected to a single continuous cable known as the bus, backbone coaxial cables. This setup allows data to travel along the bus, and all devices connected to it receive the data, although only the intended recipient processes it. Question 754. Downloading mobile apps from reputable sources, such as the Apple App Store for iOS devices or Google Play for Android devices, rather than third-party app stores, helps reduce malware-related security risks. A. True. B. False. Correct answer. A. True. Downloading mobile apps from reputable sources like the Apple App Store or Google Play helps reduce the risk of malware because these platforms have strict security measures, including app reviews, vetting processes, and security checks to ensure that apps meet certain standards. Question 755. Sarah created a risk register for her company and updates it regularly with input from managers and senior leadership. What is the purpose of this service? A. It reduces inherent risk. B. It reduces residual risk. C. It increases risk appetite. D. It raises risk awareness. Correct answer. D. It raises risk awareness. Risk Register is a tool designed to document, monitor, and evaluate risks within an organization. By updating it regularly with input from managers and senior leadership, Sarah ensures that potential risks are identified, understood, and communicated effectively, enhances risk awareness across the organization, enabling proactive measures to address vulnerabilities and mitigate threats. Question 756. It is a legal requirement to have fire sprinkler or suppression systems in buildings. Which type of sprinkler system uses a thermal fusible link that must melt before water is released? A. Wet pipe systems. B. Dry pipe systems. C. Pre-action systems. D. Deluge systems. Correct answer. C. Pre-action systems. Pre-action systems are a type of sprinkler system that uses a thermal fusible link that must melt before water is released by requiring both fire detection and heat activation to trigger water flow. They help protect sensitive areas by preventing accidental discharge and ensuring water is only released when a fire is confirmed. Question 757. The CPU has various types of registers that store information about the instruction set and data to be processed. Which of the following is not a type of register? A. General register. B. Special register. C. Program register. D. Program counter register. Correct answer. C. Program register. Registers in the Control Processing Unit, CPU, are small, high-speed memory locations used to hold temporary data. The CPU's operational status and memory addresses for processing tasks. They are essential for managing the execution of instructions and data, including 1. General register, holds temporary data and operands during calculations. 2. Special register, oversees specific CPU functions like status registers and interrupt registers. 3. Program counter register, stores the address of the next instruction to be executed from memory. Question 758. Which two of the following are the most popular types of spoofing attacks? A. TCP spoofing. B. DHCP spoofing. C. IP spoofing. D. DNS spoofing. Correct answer. C. IP spoofing and D. DNS spoofing. IP spoofing is an attack where the attacker changes the source IP address in the packet header to impersonate another device on a network. This technique is commonly used to bypass security measures or to initiate additional attacks, such as distributed denial of service attacks. DNS spoofing, also known as DNS cache poisoning, involves tampering with the DNS cache to make a specific domain name resolve to a malicious IP address. This can redirect users to fake websites without their awareness, often resulting in phishing attacks. Question 759. Which type of virus is disguised as or hidden within screensavers? A. Rootkit. B. Grayware. C. Adware. D. SCR. Correct answer. C. SCR. SCR viruses are frequently camouflaged as or embedded within screensavers. Since the .scr file extension is typically associated with screensavers in Windows operating systems, it becomes an ideal target for malicious software. When executed, the virus can infect the system, causing harm or stealing data, all while masquerading as a harmless screensaver file. Question 760. An attacker successfully linked their MAC address to the IP address of the default gateway. As a result, the targeted host is directing network traffic to the attacker's IP address rather than the default gateway's IP address. Based on this information, which type of attack is occurring? A. ARP poisoning. B. Replay attack. C. Cross-site request forgery. D. DNS poisoning. Correct answer. A. ARP poisoning. ARP poisoning, or ARP spoofing, is an attack in which the attacker sends deceptive ARP messages on a local network. These messages link the attacker's MAC address to the IP address of another device, often the default gateway. Consequently, the targeted device sends network traffic to the attacker's machine, enabling the attacker to intercept, alter, or redirect the traffic. Question 761. Which layer of the OSI model is responsible for the actual transmission of data over the physical medium? A. Network layer. B. Transport layer. C. Physical layer. D. Data link layer. Correct answer, C. Physical layer. The physical layer is the first layer in the OSI model, and its primary role is to manage the actual transmission of raw data bits over a physical medium such as cables, fiber optics, or wireless signals. This layer converts the data into signals, electrical, light, or radio, and ensures that it is sent and received correctly between devices. Question 762. How does Zero Trust handle access permissions? A. By granting access to all resources automatically. B. By allowing full privileges for all authenticated users. C. By granting only the minimum permissions necessary for the task. D. By ignoring user roles and permissions. Correct answer. C. By granting only the minimum permissions necessary for the task. Zero Trust is a security model that grants only the minimum permissions necessary for users or devices to perform their tasks. This approach, known as the principle of least privilege, ensures that users can access only the resources required for their specific roles, reducing the risk of unauthorized actions or data breaches. Question 763. Which layer of the OSI model handles error detection and correction during data transmission? A. Network layer. B. Data link layer. C. Transport layer. D. Presentation layer. Correct answer. B. Data link layer. The data link layer is responsible for error detection and correction during data transmission by ensuring that data frames are transmitted accurately across the physical medium. It uses methods like cyclic redundancy checks to detect errors, and if an error is found, it may request the retransmission of data to ensure reliable communication. Question 764. Rose oversees data centers in a large multinational organization and must manage multiple centers across various geographic locations. What is the most efficient way for her to ensure consistent management of these centers across the enterprise? A. Automate provisioning and deprovisioning. B. Hire data center managers for each center. C. Implement enterprise-wide SDN. D. Implement infrastructure as code. Correct answer. D. Implement infrastructure as code. Infrastructure as code is the most effective and dependable method for managing multiple data centers worldwide because consistency guarantees uniform configurations across all data centers, minimizing errors and preventing configuration drift. Automation streamlines provisioning, updates, and management, saving time and reducing the need for manual intervention. Scalability allows rapid scaling and replication of configurations to support various geographic locations. Version control monitors changes for transparency, enhances collaboration, and simplifies rollback if necessary. Question 765. What is the term for the practice of luring unsuspecting Internet users to a fake website using legitimate-looking emails to steal passwords, financial details, or personal information, or to deploy a virus? A. Impersonation. B. Trickery. C. Phishing. D. Discretionary access control. Correct answer, C. Phishing. Phishing is a cyber attack in which attackers trick users into revealing sensitive information, such as passwords, financial details, or personal data, by posing as a trusted entity through emails or fraudulent websites. The objective is typically to steal information or distribute malware onto the victim's device. Question 766. An employee received a word processing file as an email attachment. The subject and body of the email persuaded the employee to open the attachment. Which of the following attack vectors best corresponds to this type of malware? A. Embedded Python code. B. Macro-enabled file. C. Bash scripting. D. Credential harvesting website. Correct answer, B. Macro-enabled file. Files with enabled macros may include embedded scripts written in languages such as VBA, Visual Basic for Applications, that can execute harmful operations when opened. Cybercriminals frequently exploit these files to spread malware via phishing emails, enticing recipients to open the attachment and activate the malicious macros. Question 767. Which of the following authentication methods relies on a person's physical characteristics, such as fingerprints or iris patterns, to verify their identity? A. Multi-factor authentication. B. Biometric authentication. C. Single sign-on authentication. D. Kerberos authentication. Correct answer, B. Biometric authentication. Biometric authentication is a security method that verifies a person's identity based on unique physical characteristics such as fingerprints, iris patterns, or facial recognition. It eliminates the need for passwords by relying on biological traits that are difficult to replicate or forge. Question 768. Annie is checking the authentication logs for her website and observes that multiple accounts are trying to log in using the same password. What type of attack is this? A. Account spinning. B. Brute force attack. C. Limited login attempts. D. Password spraying. Correct answer, D. Password spraying. Password spraying is an attack method in which an attacker tries to access multiple accounts by using a common password across various user accounts, ensuring they don't enter too many incorrect passwords for any single account to avoid triggering account lockouts. Question 769. Which of the following is not a feature of the dark web? A. Requires specialized software to access its content. B. Makes up a significant portion of the deep web. C. Indexed by standard search engines. D. Often linked to illegal activities. Correct answer? C. Indexed by standard search engines. The dark web is a subset of the deep web that can only be accessed using specialized software, such as Tor. Unlike the surface web, it is not indexed by standard search engines and is often linked to illicit activities. Question 770. In which of the following scenarios would using a vulnerability scanner be most appropriate? A. Activating protocol analysis features. B. Allowing remote access. C. Enabling encryption. D. Detecting open ports on a computer. Correct answer. D. Detecting open ports on a computer. A vulnerability scanner is a tool designed to detect weaknesses in a system, such as open ports, misconfigurations, outdated software, or security flaws. Identifying open ports is a crucial aspect of vulnerability management, as they can create entry points for potential attacks.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful for you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more practice questions and tips.